I'm Vanessa Nelms with the Padilla Poll. I'm here with Darren Allman from Westlake High School. How are you today?
Fine, thanks.
Good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start off. You're ranked to be the winner of the state championship this year by many polls, but especially the Padilla Poll. How does that make you feel?
Well, yeah, it's better than the alternative, and not being noticed. We're excited about the year, and you never know how it's going to go. Predictions are nice, and it's a fun part of the start of football, and people anticipating the start. But there's so many things that can happen between right now and mid-December, and a lot of that is luck. So it's such a competitive district and region, especially that we're in Region 2, and we went through a meat grinder last year to get to the semifinals, and we expect to play some of those same teams again. It's going to be very difficult to get through Region 2, but I think if we stay healthy and have the ball bounce our way a few times, and get a good draw in the playoffs, hopefully, I think we've got a chance.
So you can say that you like having the target on your back?
Yeah, really we're used to it. Really my whole life being a player at Odessa Permian in the 80s and coaching there through the mid-2000s as the head coach and then coming to Westlake. I like being places with the target on your back. That means you're in a good place with high expectations, and so yeah, we'll take that anytime.
So now you're considered the big dog. Before I get into your team, tell me a little bit about this clinic that you've got going on.
Well, when I first came to Austin in 2008, 2009, like I didn't have enough to do already, I took over ownership of the Capital Texas Clinic, which was about a 27-year-old clinic that's been taking place in Austin in January, and it kind of fallen on hard times, so to speak, and me and another guy took it over and have really grown it and made it turn it into a fine clinic. And so it's just one of those things that I need a lot of help with to do, but it's fun. We love going to conventions like this and to coaching clinics. They've been a big part of my career, and hopefully it's something that I can do after I get tired of this or people get tired of me. So a great place to have a clinic there in Austin, and we've had just an unbelievable lineup of speakers lately.
Well, it's a great thing that you do for the kids, but speaking of the kids, what do your kids look like this season?
Well, we've grown up a little bit, and that's probably why we're ranked so high in some polls. We went into the season last year with very few seniors, and especially on the field starting. We started 4 sophomores and a bunch of juniors, and so we're returning a lot of good players, and it starts with the quarterback. And we've got a really good quarterback, Jordan Sievert, that's committed to SMU, and we got off to a slow start last year, playing very good people, but also because a lot of our guys were really young. And as the season went on and they matured and grew up a little bit, we got on a roll through the playoffs, and now most of those guys are back with that experience. So that's the best thing we've got going for us. We've been blessed to have some good kids and good quarterbacks, which you have to have success.
Even though y'all are a young team, who would you say some of your key players are going to be this season?
Well, aside from Jordan, who we mentioned, our quarterback, we've got a receiving core. Some of them have been starting for 3 years now. John Rhodes, Harrison Lyons, Patrick Elliott, junior Sean Rawlings. We've got 2 starting running backs coming back, Alex Chavez and Ben Slaughter. Our center, Bobby Dwyer, along with 3 other returning offensive linemen. And then in our secondary, we've got two of our best defensive backs coming back in Jack Meredith and Bennett Huddleston, that are corner and a safety. So, we're spread out, and we don't have a bunch of Division I players this year. We've got a few, but really a bunch of good high school players who've been looking forward to this time for a long time.
Being that you have the same kids that you did last season, do you feel like you're going to stick with the same strategies as you did last season, or do you think you'll change it up a bit?
Well, we'll stick with the same, and we do what we do, but we did learn some lessons last year as we entered the playoffs. We did some different things offensively. We got under center a little bit more, which we hadn't done in a long time, and that seemed to calm Jordan down some. And he's more of a pro-style quarterback. He's a big kid, and so you know, we look to continue doing that more than we have in previous years in other places too. Is to be under center a little bit more than usual.
Who are some of the teams that you're looking forward to playing this season, or you're preparing yourself the most for?
Well, we open up with Cedar Park, so it's hard for us to look too far past that. You know, we have a really tough non-district schedule with Cedar Park, A&M Consolidated, Cibolo Steel, Temple. So our non-district schedule is a grind, and we look forward to it. We know it's going to make us better, but it's hard to look too far ahead. We do know, you know, the big elephant in the room is Lake Travis, right there in our district, and we didn't win the district championship last year in that game. We lost in the last 30 seconds of the game, and it affected our draw in the playoffs a little bit. And so I think it's important. We really want to win that district championship, not so much because it's our neighbor right next to us, but just because of the importance going into the playoffs. I think it's an advantage. So Lake Travis right there in front of us, and we've got lots of rivals close by that call us rivals. And then when you look at our region, you got to look at the same people we faced last year: A&M Consolidated and Plano West, Longview, Cedar Hill. All those guys are going to be back again, and depending on what division we go in, it gets even worse. You know, at times you look at DeSoto, South Lake. You know, there's a lot of good teams in Region 2. So Allen, and so we've got our work cut out for us, and it's hard for us with so many teams ahead of us and so much work to do to look any further than who's next. You know, and that's about all we can do, and really take a look at ourselves too, and make sure we're taking care of us, number one.
Of course. Well, thanks, Coach Allman. Good luck this season. I hope the predictions are true.
Well, we do too. Thank you.
Padilla Poll, Vanessa Nelms.